And for more from around the association, we welcome in NBA reporter and Lakers expert Dave McMenamin. Thanks so much for being here, as well as dressing up. We appreciate that as well. Let's get into this Lakers squad, because obviously they're coming off an NBA title, and I think everyone thought when they got a fully healthy AD and LeBron back in the mix, things would be okay. That obviously was not the case this weekend. They started 0-2. Now LeBron is back on the sidelines, hurt again. What is the level of panic right now for the Los Angeles Lakers?
Ash, I'd probably put it somewhere around an 8, which sounds high because there's still regular season games remaining. They are the defending champs, and they have LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So you should think, okay, you're going overboard with that assessment. But the fact that Frank Vogel, pregame before the Denver game, actually admitted that we're kind of shook right now. Like, Frank Vogel's the type of guy who wouldn't admit that water is wet if he thought it would go against his team. But he can't deny right now what they're going through. It's not just that AD and LeBron are coming back from these injuries. They're going to miss Dennis Schroeder, their third best player, for most likely the rest of the regular season because of the health and safety protocols. That gives them no point guard.
Look, I imagine a large part of them being shook is the fact that they are squarely in the play-in tournament right about now. Bron has clearly voiced his disapproval of the entire concept, as well as Luka the Don and his team owner and Mark Cuban. But what is the general state of affairs when it comes to the league? What is their opinion on this play-in overall?
Yeah, well, Trevor, I did some specific reporting just for this segment. So I texted a bunch of people on my phone, like, what is your opinion on this? So one person who's involved with a team that's near the top of their conference said he doesn't like it because you don't know your opponent immediately. And usually you'd earn that right to scout that opponent. Well, not only you don't know who that opponent's going to be, but while you get some time off to rest, that other team gets to build their confidence, build their rhythm, playing games that matter so they could come in more prepared for that first round series. It's not like the NCAA tournament where you know a 16 team is playing a one team and there's a clear delineation of talent. These are pro athletes. Yet I had another Eastern Conference person tell me that, hey, I love it because it will speed up the development for a young team. You're playing regular season games that feel like a playoff game before you would normally do that. But that same person told me that considering everything that went into the grind of this season, maybe you should have punted on it for 2021. Do it next year in a normal circumstance. It's too much to add to the plate when they've already gone through so many hoops and challenges just to get to this point.
So first of all, Dave, thank you for doing some exclusive reporting here for SportsNation.
Yeah.
We always appreciate that, all right?
Nice.
We feel you, fam. We feel you. Let's talk about what you mentioned before. Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James, obviously some injury concerns for the Lakers. Other than the obvious answer, which many would say would be AD, who would you say is going to be the most valuable player for the Lakers down the stretch?
I'm going to look at Kyle Kuzma. He's really grown his game this year in his fourth season. He came into the league just looking to score. That was his validation. If he scored 20, 25 points, he felt like he put in his work. But when you play with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, those are the more naturally talented offensive weapons. So he's filled in the other margins of his game, hitting the offensive glass. He's been sacrificing his body when it comes to setting screens and also drawing charges. But the irony is they kind of need him to go back to be that Kuzma 1.0 version, which is go score the ball. Because when they don't have LeBron and don't have Schroeder out there, somebody's got to put the ball in the bucket, and AD still coming into his own. Put up 20 shots a game, Kyle Kuzma. Have fun. Go nuts. Get the Lakers in the playoffs.
Green light.
Off. That's right. All right. Our most professional and well-dressed guest on SportsNation, Dave McMenamin. Can't wait to see you again in that suit.
Absolutely.